Alright, everybody, welcome back. We are back once again with Ace Attorney. We are finally starting the third game. By the way, I know last stream, the Chow Garden stream, I was complaining that my, soundboard wasn't working. Well, guess what? Look at this. I figured out how to get it work. I have to use it as a microphone. But I have to use it as like a second microphone. Basically OBS has to register this as a second microphone on my computer. But now I can finally do funny noise. Yay. Alright, let me get everything set up. So this is the game I know the least about. Hold on, let me actually start the game. Out of the trilogy, at least. I had played the entirety of the first game before streaming it, and I think I played like the first or second, and maybe half of the second case of the second game before I streamed it. I have never played the third game at all. I've been told it's very good. How's audio, by the way? Can you hear me well? I had to stream Get Bonked soundboard. Yeah, I figured out why the soundboard wasn't working. Kind of. I still can't turn up and... Oh, I don't know why I peeked there. I still can't, like, turn up and down the volume on it. For some reason. It only affects my headphones still, but... the sound effects work, at least. Hi, Millar, how's it going? Howdy, howdy. But yeah. New game. Trials and Tribulations. Mia? What? Mia, jump scare? Oh, hey, Mia, I thought you died. Episode 1, I guess. Arg. How do I get into this mess? How did I get into this mess? Why? Why did I do that? Oh, Jesus. Wait a minute. That girl, you shouldn't see her anymore. Hey, it's none of your business. Turn up down the mic volume on OBS. I'm at max. Oh god, listen, there's something I'm missing. Oh god, I need to know about that girl. I'm missing crucial. Stop it! Don't talk about her like that. And then I hit him with a psychic blast. It wasn't me. I didn't. I didn't do it. I mean, I kinda did, but you can't prove that. Oh, you're just making a joke about OBS. Okay, on the soundboard. I hope I didn't miss any crucial information. Also, what is going on? I really am playing as Mia. Oh. Oh, that's interesting. The only time I'm kind of nervous. Oh, Mr. Grossberg, good morning. Ah, Mia. Please calm yourself down. Going to get yourself arrested for suspicious behavior, you know. Standing? What are you talking about? I'm relaxed, Mr. Grossberg. Look at me, I'm relaxed. Oh. Let go of my lapels. You obviously haven't got the temperament to be a lawyer. I'm so sorry, it's just... I'm so nervous today. Oh, that's right. This is your first time in the big leagues, isn't it? Well, never fear, my dear. I, Marvin Grossberg, am at your service. Actually, this is my second time in court. Still, you surprised me. What with your earnest request last night? Let me handle this case, you suddenly said, and quite forcefully, too. I just found out yesterday, about the case, I mean. What? And you've learned all the relevant facts? All about that. You see, I mean, of course I have, I think. Oh. This is... I really like seeing this side of Mia, because obviously I guess she wasn't always, like, a person who knew everything. Turns out, in the beginning, she was much like Phoenix in that she was just like, I don't know what I'm doing. I get to play as the girl boss. Oh, wait. Oh, no. That means the thumbnail's wrong. I've been lied to. Damn it, I'm gonna have to redraw the thumbnail. I'm using the wrong character. Anyway. Oh, dear. Any case, don't let our client seem so nervous. You see the poor young man in the big sweater over there? That's our client. Good morning there, everybody. Good morning. Try to keep smiling, Mia. Oh my god. I have several questions. Phoenix, why aren't you the main character right now, and why are you wearing a pink sweater? I just want to say I'll give it all I've got. You're not the defense attorney yet, I don't think. Yep, I'll be fine, no problem. Oh, what's wrong? Do you have a cold or something, Mr. Wright? Actually, it's Wright. Like the Flying Brothers. People screw it up all the time. Oh yeah, the Wright brothers. I am in planes, and yes, I have a cold. That's what the mask is for. Very ahead of its time. Very, very responsible of you, Phoenix. My doc says this way I won't give it to anyone else. Be kind to others, he says. Right, Mr. Wright. You have nothing to fear in court today. If you truly are innocent, I promise I will save you. If you're not, bad news. Fair to see a unique moment in Phoenix's life. Well, yeah, Phoenix. What's with the outfit? What's my court record? 21! Art student? Oh wait, it's showing me people I don't even know about yet. Please, let go of my shirt. Right, he's the one on trial, not you. He's the one who should be nervous. Wait a minute. Third year? 21? Hold on, let me do the math. No, that checks out. Ivy University, though. No, that's the name of the university, not an Ivy League. Didn't he graduate at 21 from law school? I don't remember. Don't worry. Oh my god. Phoenix never got a law degree. He just stole me. Hey, can I borrow this? My name is Mia Fey, and I'm the main character of this series. No one else. I'm still pretty new to this lawyer thing. First time I appeared in court was a year ago. But that trial traumatized me so badly I thought I'd never set foot in a courtroom again. Did I miss something? We're not gonna talk about that now, though. It's been 1 year since then, and well, here I am again. This time I'm going to win. Huh? For my client and for myself. So... Mio, we know why Phoenix took his first case. Well, I guess this is technically not her first case, but why this case was so important to Phoenix was he wanted to become a lawyer to, protect or save Edgeworth. I guess that plan hasn't gone into action yet, I suppose. And then he also took his first case because it was his best friend Larry. Does Mia know Phoenix yet? No, because she would, like, talk about it if she did. To be fair, I don't know her motive was to become a lawyer. Oh wait, does it have something to do with her mom? Maybe it will tell us. And if it didn't, it probably wasn't that important. District Courtroom number 2. Court is now in session for the trial of Phoenix Wright. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense today is Miss Mia Fey, was it? Not the other 3 Fays that start with the letter M, am I correct? Yes, Your Honor. Bob. Thank you, Oggens. Yes, Your Honor. Is there a problem? I was under the impression that Marvin Grossberg was to be the leading defense. Yes, well, you see... Don't worry about it. Mr. Grossberg had a bit of an emergency. Emergency? But isn't that him standing there right next to you? Don't worry about it. Yes, well, you're just a rookie. Are you sure you can really handle this? Don't let him scare you, Mia. The judge, the scariest character in all of Ace Attorney. Give me your toughest look. Of course, Your Honor. I think. Well, Mr. Payne, your opening statement, please. Well, well, well. I can't believe a veteran like me has to spend his time babysitting a new defense lawyer. Exclamation mark. Don't worry, little girl. It will all be over soon. What's that all about? You trying to trash talk? Judge! Judge! He's trash talking me! Now then, I'd like to proceed with a summary of events on the day in question. The incident occurred on the campus of Ivy University, not to be confused with an Ivy League university. This university's kinda trash, actually. Oh my god, it's... I've already forgotten his name. It's the guy from the last case, the Nickel Samurai. His name was... It's Man on Guard, guys! He's back! He lived! A student named Doug Swallow. Interesting name. There's probably a pun there that I forgot. He was a 4th-year student studying pharmacology. Pharmaceuticals? Sounds like he was a very bright young man. Yes, well, he's dead now. Next, we have a photo taken of the crime scene. Here he is dead. Students discovered the scene shortly after the murder. They found the victim's body and the defendant, who had obviously bungled his getaway. They then called the police. That certainly makes the defendant look very suspicious indeed. Very well. The court accepts this photo into the record as evidence. By the way, I can't quite tell what the cause of death is from this photo. Chat, can you see the cause of death from this photo? Do you know the answer? It's the umbrella, obviously. He got his skull bashed in. They broke his neck. No reputation for Sega City. What? Hold on, I'm gonna have to Google this. Am I allowed to say this? Sagacity. A quality of being sagacious. Thanks, that really helps, Google. What does this mean? What is sagacious? Showing keen mental discernment and good judgment. Was last popularly used in 1850. Cool. I understand so much. The truth is that the victim died a rather unusual death. An unusual? What's so strange? Are we sure? Who could have seen this coming? What do you mean, Mr. Payne? Well, perhaps the defense would like to take that question. Huh? A simple question. I thought I might loosen you up a bit. I'm a genteel man, if you will. What's the teal stand for? What? Oh wait, this is the tutorial, I'm not supposed to know this yet. Ah, perfect opportunity. Well, what was it? The cause? Go on! Please say you know that, at least that much. I'm sorry, I didn't get a chance to read through the whole file. Oh. My hemorrhoids are beginning to act up. Don't tell me this. Now see here! The details of the case are filed under the court record. But you knew that already, didn't you? I did. This is my third time doing this. Gee! Who could have... No way! No way! Fatal electric shock! The court record! I think I can see that by pressing tab. I will now... If anyone needs to know this, I will now project this information into their mind. Don't worry, I probably won't have to do that. All of the weapons we need can be found in the court record. Take a good hard look at the data there, and carefully think before you answer, my dear. Yes, sir, I'll do just that. Alright, let's take a look. Badge. April 9th, 3 p.m. We got the picture. I don't like that I'm younger than these two. I guess they're college students still, and I'm graduated. But still. I mean, I'm older. These guys are younger. I don't know who this is. Phoenix Wright's girlfriend?! I don't think I'm supposed to know this information yet. Prosecutor for this trial, a veteran lawyer with a little too much confidence. Court record, okay, I know how to press tab. I do it all the time. What was the cause of death? Hypothermia, he got cold. According to the court record, it was a fatal electric shock. In other words, electrocution. Electrocution? But how could such a thing happen? How could this have happened? Who did this? Did the murderer use a type of new super powerful stun gun, perhaps? Oh my god, it was Manfred von Karma! The answer to that will become crystal clear as this trial proceeds, Your Honor. Before that, there is one more vital issue. What's that? Why, motive, of course. Apparently there's some bad blood between the victim and the defendant. Bad blood? What do you mean? Whoopsie, I'm terribly sorry. You're a defense attorney, so you must know all about— No, that's— I shouldn't be stealing your spotlight like this. I really don't like this guy's smug attitude. That's Winston Payne for you. He is one smooth operator, if you catch my drift. No, I don't. What are you talking about? I don't call him the rookie killer for nothing, you know. He casted lightning bolt. Phoenix did— we saw in the opening cutscene, Phoenix did use his mind powers. Good evening, Sammy. Good evening. How's it going? Let's hear from the defense. What was the source of the bad blood between the victim and the defendant? Sporting evidence. I'm guessing it would be... Yeah, dated a victim... Yeah, probably the girlfriend then. Evidence? No need to get all worked up over this. As I said, all your weapons can be found in the court record. Find the evidence that you need and then shove it on old Greybeard's face. Yes, sir, into old Greybeard's face. Mr. Grossberg, I can't help but notice. Please, yeah, please try to set a better example for the young lady. No! You have to disrespect the judge, it's important. It's the only way you'll ever win. Yeah, evidence is the only thing in the court record. Oh, isn't the only thing in the court record. People's profiles are as well. Remember this feature. You can toggle between profiles and evidence with the tab button. So be sure to go over all of it. And let's see what you've got. What was the cause of that? Girlfriend. Oh, that's... I was not expecting her voice to sound like that at all. The reason for the bad blood between them was this woman here. Dahlia Hawthorne, is it? Very good, Miss Faye. You seem to picked up on at least this much. Disrespecting the judge is part of becoming an effective lawyer in this universe. This is true, unless you're Phoenix. Phoenix doesn't get that luxury. This woman is the girlfriend of the defendant, Phoenix Wright. Up until about 8 months ago, she was with the victim, Mr. Swallow. Clearly, she has some part to play in this story. Ah, he's done it again. Before the cross-examination starts, he's already got the judge thinking like he wants. Very well, Mr. Payne. Please call out your first witness. If it pleases the court, the prosecution would like to call Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? The defendant himself? Well, Miss Faye? I watched some videos about this. I've seen a lot of lawyers play the first Ace Attorney game, And it's really funny watching them get really mad because they're like, you can't do that! That's against the rules! But yeah, this is incredibly illegal. The defense has no objections. I should, technically. But this is made-up fantasy game, so it's fine. The court calls Mr. Phoenix Wright to the witness stand. Witness, please state your name and occupation. Ah, yes. My name's Phoenix Wright. My job is, right now I'm... Well, I was supposed to be the main character, but I think that's changed. A suspect? Oh no, he means what you did before you were arrested. Oh, but you... Being sick. I was a university student. Mr. Wright, I understand that you are suspected in the death of your fellow student, but I didn't do it. Hey, I'm innocent, I tell you. Probably the reason it's legal in this universe is because people see this as another entertainment. I'm gonna be honest, do you think if courts allowed audiences, like people just to hang out there for fun to watch, do you think it would be popular? Like, hey, can I go see this crazy murder trial? I mean, if the cases were like this, then yeah. If the lawyer was putting a parrot on the stand, then yeah, I'd go. I'm telling you, I was... Would the defendant please refrain from passing his cold on to the rest of us? Seems that a witness has something he wants to say. Well then, Mr. Wright, please tell us about your relation to the victim. Right, away, Your Honor. I admit I was there. But I'm not a killer, all I did was find his body. Hardly knew the guy, to begin with. Never even talked to that stuck-up British wannabe. British?! You see, in this universe, Phoenix... Like, in this version, Phoenix is American, and it's just kind of hardwired into his blood to kill a British person on sight. I see you hardly knew the victim? Right, like I said, I'm not a killer. Looks like the judge understands. You're being naive, you know, too naive. How old is Mia right now? Seems like you've forgotten one small thing, young lady. That would be... This witness still has something to undergo called cross-examination. Why would I have to cross-examine my own client? He's right. The defense's duty to carry out the cross-examination. What? We didn't do that the first case. Witness testimony contains any contradictions. Yeah, wait. People lie here all the time. What are you talking about? There was a lie? I can't believe Phoenix of all people would do this lie to me in court. Phoenix, you know better. You wouldn't do that to me, would you? You wouldn't... Phoenix, you would never do this? Go to court and tell a lie? Oh my god. He really is eating hot chip and lie. I admit I was there. What were you doing there? When you say there, you mean the place where the Seems Mia has a bit of a case of stupid, too. Mia, I thought you were better than this. Mia. So this is where Phoenix gets it from. Yeah, sort of. The place where something happened, anyway. Something? Can't hide what happened. We have photographic evidence. Anyway, Mr. Wright, what were you doing at the scene of the crime? I thought you said you didn't know the victim, Mr. Swallow. It was just a coincidence. Bumped into each other by accident. A coincidence, huh? What he did was find his body. When did he find the body? Say you found the body? So who called the police? Huh? Unfortunately, it was some other students that notified the police. Other students? Can they testify? No, we didn't draw enough characters, sorry. They were witnesses. Witnesses who saw the defendant standing there next to the body in shock. He doesn't look shocked. He's doing a victory pose. This is like when you... This guy, like... The Phoenix just performed a combo on him, and now it's like the game's over and he's doing his victory stance where he turns away from the camera. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. What, is this true, Mr. Wright? Hey, I admit it, I did combo him. Stop sneezing every time you're in a bind. Well, it's true that I was pretty shocked when I found the body. If you were shocked, guess how he feels. But I hardly knew the guy to begin with. Didn't know his face or even his name, right? Right. Well, no. That is, I mean... Which is it? Do you know him or not? I mean, I've heard of him. Can't avoid the questions by sneezing all day. Well... I guess I did know his name. You didn't even tell me that before. I used to date Dolly. Who is this Dolly person? Pardon? I love her songs. Yes, that would be the defendant's lover, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Oh, I see. Ah, young love. So bittersweet. That's all I knew about him. How'd you know he was British? Mr. Wright, you say the following in your testimony. I hardly knew the guy to begin with. That's right. I mean, why would I even... That doesn't sound right. You already knew him. Why would you say that the victim was a stuck-up British wannabe? Well, I mean, look at him. Well, Mr. Wright? Ah, no, it wasn't me. I'm not a killer, I swear. No. Nuh-uh. Mr. Wright, I will give you an opportunity to revise your testimony. How is it that you knew the victim was, as you put, a British wannabe? Was he or was he not British? This is important. He was British, Your Honor. Oh, I see. Not guilty. Was always walking around with a huge Union Jack on the back of his shirt. Can we confirm this? Do you see it at the crime scene? The Union Jack, I mean. Yeah, that's right. I saw it at the crime scene. That's why I figured you must love British stuff, you see? What did I miss? Turns out Phoenix isn't the main character, he's actually the defendant, and I'm the Mia's the main character now. It's true, cross my heart. I swear I didn't do it. That seemed fishier than the salmon I ate last night. May I ask you something, Miss Faye? Yes, Your Honor? Who is this person anyway? This Union Jack fellow? That's what I want to know. Who is he? Union Jack is the name of the United Kingdom's flag. But why? Oh, I see. You like the stars and stripes, right? As usual, Your Honor. Your insight astounds me. Isn't there something strange about this bit just now? Mia, there's a contradiction here. Mr. Grossberg, quickly now, show that boy you mean business with evidence, I mean. But why, though? I'm his defense lawyer, I don't have to do any of this. Oh, but dear, do you think you can manage on your own at this point? I can handle it myself. 1 year ago, I was in the courtroom just like this. I can do it, I can handle this myself. You must try to bite off more than you can chew, Mia. You can always press him to get more information. Oh, and one more thing. If you're going to state a contradiction, make sure you present some definitive proof. He's not wearing one right now. Also, I'm not worried about losing health because of the first game. I'm just gonna save because we don't have a save file yet. Anyway.
Objection!
Objection! Are you certain you saw the Union Jack? Yeah, I'm sure. It was right there on his back. Miss Faye, is there some point to this line of questioning? Your Honor, please take another look at the crime scene photo. As you can see, there's absolutely nothing on the victim's back. Our artist couldn't afford to draw it. Hey, wait a minute! He's wearing a leather jacket! The Union Jack was on the back of his shirt he was wearing. I was under the impression that you accidentally came across the body. If that was really the case, then you wouldn't know that, would you? You have no idea at all what he was wearing underneath that jacket. He doesn't even have a response to that. He's like, huh, Mr. Wright, you've been lying to me! How could you? Go to court and tell, and now he's crying. Yeah, you made our client you made our client cry. Now he's a client. Let him. Be on his shirt doesn't stand for Phoenix anyway. What did she mean by this? I don't think I trusted him. Mr. Wright was all wrong. That was an impressive bit of cross-examination. Well, it looks like turns out the first two games never actually happened. They were all in his mind. Because he was in jail. Was it all just a dream? Thank you for uncovering the defendant's lies for me. It's quite clear that this man did not simply stumble upon the crime scene. Uh-oh. Did I go too far? By the way, Mr. Wright, you seem to have a rather bad cold. Have you taken any medicine for it? Yeah, I took some, but... Was this the medicine that you took over the counter? Took an over-the-counter brand called Cold Killer X? Sounds like the name of a video game. Cold Killer X. This is like an item you get in Resident Evil. This is something the Umbrella Corporation made. Yeah, that's right. It kills Cole's good. And possibly me. Hey, wait a second. How don't you know I'm a big fan of Cold Killer X? What do you happen to have that medicine with you right now? Well, actually, I seem to have lost it somewhere. Lost it? Does that have anything to do with the case? Mr. Wright. Shall I tell you where your cold medicine is right now? Huh? Your Honor, I'd like you to take a look at another photo from the crime scene. What? What's this? The victim's hand. It's... Cold Killer X? Wait. No, quick. Show the full picture of the bottle. That could be Cold Killer Y. Make him open his hand. Yes, but I've got a bottle of Cold Killer X in my apartment. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid that argument won't work. There's no doubt who this bottle of Cold Killer X belongs to. Especially with Mr. Wright's fingerprints all over it. What? I can't even take the Mia sprite seriously. Like, especially the shocked one, because when I see that sprite, all I think of is the classic video, Miles Edgeworth Gay Proof. And I was Mia in that video. Let it be known, that popular... Remind me to show you guys. I've shown it on stream before, but I want to show Miles Edgeworth Gay Proof again. Pain scream a higher pitch than Mia's, probably. Sensing his murderous intent, Mr. Swallow must have picked up the bottle of medicine to... What? Dropped by Mr. Wright and hidden in his hand. His purpose in doing so can only have been to identify his killer as Phoenix Wright. Out of all the stupidest ways to... Sorry, I got a notification that the gluttonous Ronin is playing web fishing. All the stupidest ways the prosecution is like, oh, this is how they identify the killer. That's probably the stupidest I've heard so far. Order in the court. Your Honor, I'd like to present this photo and bottle as evidence. Very well. The court will accept them into the record. Crime photo 2 added to the court record. Damn it, my theory about it being secretly Cold Killer Y was false. Yeah. Also, the victim's wristwatch was broken. Broken? Yes, it ceased functioning when a large wave of electricity passed through it. Well, Mr. Wright, do you have an explanation for all of this? No. This is really bad. Oh, my buttocks, Stop talking. Ooh, new music. The truth is, I went because he called me. It was in the pharmacology department, so we agreed to meet at 2:45 behind that building. We talked for a bit, and then around 3 we split up. Later, when I went back, I found him laying there. Been taking Cold Killer X for at least 2 or 3 days, but lost my bottle of around lunchtime on the day of the accident. What really happened? Is that phrase ever correct? No. Mr. Wright, that's completely different from the testimony you gave previously. I think there's something like... The witness stand has like some sort of curse that forces the people on there to lie, I'm starting to realize. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I was afraid you wouldn't believe the truth. You'll forgive me if I say I hardly found your current testimony any more credible. Miss Faye, please begin your cross-examination. Oh, please, Mr. Wright. Don't tell any more lies. Have you ever met the victim before then? No, never! But that day he called me up and told me he wanted to talk about Dolly. And this Dolly person is... it's kind of embarrassing. She's my, sweetheart. Oof. What was that for, Mia? Oh, I'm sorry. I just felt like slapping something all of a sudden. Sorry, I got violent urges. Don't worry about it. Dahlia Hawthorne was also the lover of the murder victim, Doug Swallow. Where she met Mr. Wright, that is. It was one of those nasty love triangles I see. It was in the pharmacology department, so we agreed to meet at the building at 2:45. Is it Mr. Swallow who indicated that you should meet at 2:45? Yeah, we were both there right on time. You said the victim was in the pharmacology department, correct? Yeah, he was studying how to manufacture and improve pharmaceuticals. We called him the alchemist of IVU. Because he knew how to turn lead into gold. It was crazy. An alchemist, I see. I gotta admit, it was a little suspicious. He had a whole laboratory and everything. It's filled with chemicals and strange machines that run high voltage electricity. There was a homunculus in there. He had the Philosopher's Stone. It was crazy. Oh, how fascinating. Sounds like he was quite an ambitious young man. About the pharmacology department. Tell us more about the pharmacology department. Okay, sure. I don't know how that much, though. A little bit earlier in your testimony, you said something interesting. You said the department uses strange machines that run on high-voltage electricity. That's right. They sure look dangerous. Really scary. I saw someone resurrect some sort of Frankenstein monster with one of them once. They use non-standard voltages, so there are high-voltage cables everywhere. High-voltage cables. Yeah, there were electrical poles set up all around the building. High-voltage cables run overhead, around the roof. Finally, I think we're getting somewhere. Don't know where. Talked for a bit, and then around 3 o'clock, we split up. What did you talk about? So what was it you were talking about? You know... maybe we should hang out again sometime. We're just gonna let that slide? So you say you went back. Yeah, that's when I found the body. Yes, but why did you go back in the first place? Weren't you angry with him? Well, that's right, I was... Then why, Mr. Wright? Why'd you go back there? I thought maybe we could make up. Literally, no one believes this. Judging by the atmosphere, I'm pretty sure no one is buying this. Been taking cold killer X for at least the last 2 or 3 days. Is it rather unusual to catch a cold this? It's rather unusual to catch a cold this time of year, isn't it? Yeah, I always get a little careless when the weather starts to warm up. Guess I shouldn't sleep with the window open this early in the spring, huh? Suppose common sense is not always common. So, anyone else know that you... Did anyone else know that you were taking this cold medicine? I don't think even... Yeah, he sounded, very unconfident. He's like, well, I always took one after meals, so I'm pretty sure all my friends knew about it. The day of the incident. On the day of the incident, what did you do for lunch? Huh? What does that have to do with anything? You can never be too sure. I always eat with Dolly, just the 2 of us. We can make it if we try. Dolly's homemade lunches are just the greatest. Her mini omelets are magically delicious. Ow! Why'd you punch me in the jaw? Oh, I'm sorry. I just felt like hurting something all of a sudden. Don't worry about it. Sorry, it was the ghosts. No, I'm not gonna elaborate on what that means. Don't worry about it. It's normal. The defendant and the victim met approximately at the time of his death. and then the defendant returned to the scene of some unknown reason. I'm not entirely convinced by his explanation about the medicine bottle either. Let me be frank here, Mr. Wright. Your testimony cannot be trusted. What do you mean? I knew it was too much work for a little girl. Humph. However, there's one mystery that still remains. There is, Your Honor? wait, there is? How the murder was carried out, of course, like... Yeah, we see he got electrocuted, but, like... How did he do that? How could this have happened? I don't believe the murder weapon has been produced. Oh yeah, that's technically true. We have not actually said what the murder weapon was. Well, that is... You are correct, Your Honor. Oh my god, do I have to really spell this out for him? So how exactly was Mr. Swallow killed? I could somehow establish how it was done. Maybe that's still... I'm out of this mess, smelling like a rose. Alright, yeah. Your Honor. Yes, Miss Faye? I believe that if you were to piece together everything we've heard up until now, we should be able to solve the mystery of how Mr. Swallow died. That would be most impressive. Quite the brash statement coming from a rookie. But even a beginner like you must understand the basic rules of court, yes? Evidence. Oh, gee, how could he have died? Crime photo. Literally right here. This. For the cause of death, I'd say the picture captures it quite well. What? There's nothing that even remotely resembles a murder Judge. Afraid the defendant is going to have to display this in a bit more detail. Please explain. I don't understand. The giant electrical zap coming out of the... Well, naturally, it's right here. That's... What is that? A severed electrical cable, I believe, Your Honor. It was the umbrella! Someone used it to cast Thunderbolt. Remember the testimony we've heard? The machines the pharmacology students use in their experiments require high voltage. Because of that, there's a special high voltage cable strung up everywhere. So then the high voltage cable... Yes, the high voltage cable is the cause of death. That is the most likely explanation. Yeah, that sounds right. Oh, Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this? Well, I believe some praise is in order. Don't toy with me, old man. Do not test me. You see, I've been violent with this one right next to me. I will climb over my desk and get you. Now, the victim's cause of death may have indeed been a high-voltage cable. However, now what do you think about what this really implies? The only one who had the opportunity to use the cable as a murder weapon was... the defendant! What? That much is certainly true. Yes, and that's not all. We have proof. Irrefutable proof that will establish that Mr. Wright was the murderer. You do? Oh, what was it? His fingerprints. Fingerprints? Fingerprints. And the defendant's fingerprints were on something besides the medicine bottle? Let's take another look at the crime scene photo. As you can see, the victim is wearing a leather jacket. And as you may know, leather jackets hold fingerprints quite well. I didn't know that, actually. You mean... Yes, it was quite clearly imprinted on the chest of the victim's jacket. The palm print of the defendant's very own hand. What? I can only think of one way Mr. Wright could have left a print like that. Intent on murder, he squarely pushed the victim towards the severed electrical cable. Order, order, order! That's enough! think we can conclude that there's no reason to continue with this cross-examination. Stick a fork in us, we're done. Mr. Grossberg! Mr. Grossberg, this is why I'm hitting you and hurting you. I knew that boy was guilty the first time I saw him. I don't like his vibe. You're wrong. Mr. Wright is innocent. No further evidence is required to convince me of this man's guilt. Your Honor, at the time I am prepared to render a verdict in this case. Hold on. Do you have something further to add, Miss Faye? Yes. Is this what you want, Mr. Wright? You still haven't told us the truth, the whole truth. If you don't say something now, the judge is going to hand down his verdict. But I can't. Just can't say it. If I told you what really happened, then I'd be... It's okay, Mr. Wright. I'm your attorney. You can What is happening? Miss Faye, no matter what you have to say, I believe in you and I'll represent you to the very end. I legally have to. We've already established defendant's guilt. There's no further need for him to say anything. Wait a minute. Mr. Wright, I'll tell you what really happened. I've already told you, Mr. Wright. There's no need for further... I did it. I admit it, I pushed him. It's my fault. I missed it. What? There was a text box there. Shouldn't see her anymore. Hey, it's not your business. I'm telling you, for your sake. If you continue to see her, it's bad news. I'm lying. Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Stop it! Don't talk about her like that. I unleashed my combo on him. Actually, this doesn't solve anything. What you just said was the truth? Yes, I was afraid that if I told the truth, everyone would think I was the murderer for sure. Well, as things currently stand, we absolutely are convinced you are. Please give me one more chance to explain. This time I swear I'll tell the whole truth. I'll be okay, I won't. Miss Faye, I believe in you. Oh, thank you. I'm going to kill you if you don't stop talking like this. That guy, he was talking bad about Dolly. So I used my forward smash. The moment I heard some kind of loud noise. A little while after I left, I started to get worried. So I went back, but he was just lying there, dead. Well, the explanation's quite simple. When you pushed him, Mr. Swall flew back and touched the electrical cable. He died from the shock, and that, as they say, is that. A simple explanation, indeed. At the time of the incident, light rain had been following. But from the rain, the victim was more easily electrocuted. Isn't leather, like, shock resist? No, that's rubber. When I pushed him, weren't any electrical cables nearby. If there'd been something like that, even I would have noticed. That's true, even a doofus like him could have missed it. I mean, a lot of people were missing the electrical cables. The judge didn't notice it. Miss Faye. Let me warn you right now that if your cross-examination doesn't yield any new facts, I intend to deliver my verdict without further delay. Are we clear on that? Leather isn't conductive either. Is it? I mean, it's made of flesh. It's organic material. But I guess that doesn't automatically mean it's... I guess the way it's, like, made. I mean, like, he wasn't covered head to toe in it. Yes, Your Honor. He is innocent. There must be some kind of evidence somewhere that will prove it. What did he say? Why was he... So what kinds of things did Mr. Swell say to you? He said all sorts of terrible things about Dolly. He said she was a bad girl. Is that all? Yep. Bob. Well, Miss Faye, you heard him himself. You're not doing yourself any favors, Mr. Wright. Please don't make this harder for me than it already is. Anyway, after he said that, I just lost my temper and gave him a shove. Oh my god. It's gonna be crazy if when at some point we play a Ace Attorney game and there's a character called Bob and we have to find out that he's the killer. He just said what he wanted to say to me. And then he put on the jacket he was holding and started to leave. Oh, he wasn't wearing it before. That's my temper flew to a furious frenzy. I unleashed my combo on him. Just gave him a light, gentle shove to the chest. But my technique was too strong. When you did that, there were no severed cables anywhere to be seen. Right, there's nothing like that at all. Is it possible that you merely overlooked it? Well, I guess it's possible. What are you doing? Don't let the guy steamroll you over cheap asphalt. I believe what's important here is the moment the push occurred. Let's continue on with the testimony witness. A loud noise? And what would you say that loud noise was, Mr. Wright? I don't know. It was really loud. It was like... No, I couldn't think. I wonder what it was. I've not even considered what it could be until now. Clearly, Your Honor, it was the sound of the victim being electrocuted. That's not the sound electricity makes. I'm not qualified to decide that. I mean, ask for more details. I gotta know. That loud noise you heard may be extremely important, so try to remember what it was. How do I put it? It's like a short crack. Could it have been... Yes, could it have been? Hurry up and tell us. I pushed him. He dropped an umbrella he was holding. He fell right on top of it. And broke it. It's probably what the noise I heard. Did that umbrella belong to the victim? Yeah, it was the plastic umbrella. Cheap and frail. Kind of like the owner. Damn, Phoenix, the guy's dead! You're still trash talking him. Then again, I wish I had any kind of umbrellas. It was totally soaked to the bone. Miss Faye, what do you think? Is there something important in that testimony just now? If he landed on the umbrella, what's it doing over there? This is it, Luigi. New information you've been waiting for. Of course it's important. No, this cheap umbrella is more than important, it's vital. I'll have it officially entered into the testimony. How perfectly fitting. A flimsy information for a flimsy lawyer. The court agrees. Yeah, okay. Yeah, umbrella's important. I agree. Witness, please add that bit about the cheap umbrella to your testimony. And what's it doing? Over here! Why didn't you testify about the umbrella from the very beginning? Come on, if I had mentioned that. would have been able to counter the prosecution's arguments earlier. What do you mean by that? Take another look at that crime scene photo. According to Mr. Wright, the victim fell on top of his umbrella. However, if you look closely, the umbrella's nowhere near the victim. Actually, it's by the electrical pole. You're absolutely right! The conclusion here is obvious. After the defendant left, the victim moved from where he was, from where he fell. In other words, after he was pushed by the defendant, Mr. Fall was still alive. Or someone moved the body. Either way, it wasn't Phoenix. Order, order, order! The victim, he moved? He schmooved? Umbrella in this photo, where's it now? Well, it was collected by the police at the crime scene. It was presented as evidence. I want it presented as evidence immediately. Okay, we have this now. The umbrella could have been simply blown by the wind. No, it broke. According to the testimony, the victim fell on top of the umbrella. That too. There's simply no way it could have been blown there by the wind. But I know this matter of the umbrella seems relatively trivial, but I'm bored and this seems kind of interesting. As long as there's the smallest doubt of what remains, I cannot render a final judgment. Oh! I must say, I still find it hard to believe this huge hole has been blown in the prosecution's case by the defendant's testimony. Well done, Mia. Mr. Payne, what are you chuckling about? Pardon me, Your Honor. It seems I was expecting too much of a free ride. I was foolish to think I could establish guilt through cross-examination alone. Right, I don't follow what you're saying at all. Let me guess, you have another witness. Exactly. This witness testimony will be incontrovertible. Hold on, let me open the... Well, who is this witness? Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Dahlia Hawthorne? You don't mean... Dolly? I do, Your Honor. The defendant's very own lover is a witness to the whole thing. Oh, no. I'm starting to see why, Phoenix doesn't mention his girlfriend from the last two games. She is about to testify against him. Yeah, I'm gonna assume they are not... That's why they're not together anymore. That would, cause some issues in a relationship. He was at the scene of the crime when the murder took place. What? Phoenix, why didn't you mention this? I'm sorry to break the bad news to you, my dear. Hold on, I have to use my cool sprite. Bad news? You couldn't be more wrong. Actually, I've been waiting for this. You can't be serious. Mia, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? I think this is a good point for us to stop. Court will now enter a 20-minute recess. Afterwards, we will listen to the testimony of Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. April 11th, 11:52 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 3. Miss Faye, I'm sorry, what happened back there? Alright, at least you told the truth in the end, Mr. Wright. Yeah, I guess I can start to relax then, huh? Your girlfriend's gonna testify against you. Relax, my boy, you can't be serious after hiding such important facts. But the witness is my Dolly, right? She'll save me. I know she will. Yeah, about that. The prosecution's calling her. It's... Why do you think that? Huh? What do you mean? She's the love of my life, that's why. Love your life, huh? I'll certainly mention her in years to come, with all my, to all my friends. Do you mind telling me more about you and Miss Dahlia Hawthorne? Sure, no problem. Dahlia and we first met about 8 months ago, right here in this very courthouse. Don't ask why I was here. Actually, I'm studying to be a lawyer on the side. Oh. Phoenix, what do you mean? He's an art student? Oh my god, no wonder Phoenix is like this. Going to college, getting a college art degree and a college law degree at the same time. Dude is insane. We're about to meet Phoenix's girlfriends that we've never heard before ever. Yeah, this girlfriend who he says is so important, but in the last 2 games, in the future he will never mention again. Be a lawyer on the side, anyway. One day, she and I just bumped into each other in the reading room downstairs. That's why I really think it was fate that brought us together. As soon as I first set eyes on her, I knew she was the one for me. Never saw a ring on Phoenix. Maybe he should propose to who? Well, here, take a look at this. Wow, it looks great. She gave this to me on the day we met as a symbol of our love. No wonder it looks so cheap. Why did she had been wearing it around her neck that day, but... Then she took it off. Before she gave it to me, she said, I want you to carry this. So she gave it to you as a present, I see. This darling little bottle is filled with memories of my darling little Dolly. Oh, it's a bottle. Certainly is a little bottle, alright. It makes me so happy I show it to everyone I meet. Everyone I know knows about this bottle. I want to share my happiness with the whole world. Small bottle necklace given to Wright the day he met. He shows it to everyone. Is there anything in it besides metaphorical memories? Oh, you know, his girlfriend Dahlia, who has always been here. Apparently. Considering this is a flashback and Dahlia is about to testify against him, I have a few. I understand why Phoenix doesn't mention her in the future. Yeah, I probably wouldn't want to talk about that to people we know. Anyway. So after that, you and Miss Hawthorne started dating? Yeah, but she's so shy. Every time I see her, she always says the same thing to me. Please give it back now. Phoenix? What do you mean? What a strange girl asking for a present back like that. I'm starting to think Dahlia doesn't actually want to date Phoenix. She's like, okay, can I... By the way, Mr. Wright. The day you first met Dahlia Hawthorne 8 months ago... Wouldn't happen to be on August 27th, would it? Do we know that date? Huh? Yeah, it was! How did you... This happened on August 27th, right here in this courthouse. What's this? A newspaper clipping? Let's see. Murder in the courthouse... Murder? What are you reading there? Let me see that. Oh, I see. Mia, I think I understand what you're trying to say. I understand why you suddenly took such a keen interest in this case. You believe there's some connection between these two cases, am I correct? Oh. Oh, That's really interesting, making the tutorial case have plot significance. Almost 8 months ago. What's it say? I hope you don't mind, Mr. Grossberg. I need to finish this myself. Ah, yes, but I'm afraid what you have now will not be enough, my dear. I'll go and have a look in the downstairs reading room, and I see what else I can find. Thank you. I want to do whatever I can to be of help to you, Mia. Well, looks like recess is over. We'd better all get back to moving. Get moving. Oh. I guess so. That recess sure seemed longer than 20 minutes, though. Oh, is this the first to be continued in a tutorial case as well? Ooh, a new little jingle. You know what, it's only been an hour, we can continue. April 11th, 12:13 p.m. District Court, room number 2. Oh, thank God he's gone. That means I don't have to listen to him talk about his... Court will now reconvene. Mr. Bain, please call your witness. The next person is someone who witnessed the crime as it happened. The prosecution calls Miss Dahlia Hawthorne to the stand. Oh my god. She's summoning butterflies. What's with this stiff silence? What's this with this music? My long career as a judge, I have not been deceived by many witnesses. It's my job to doubt, to take no one at their word, which I totally do all the time. But your case, I must admit, you radiate a glow of complete sincerity. I love the way the butterflies are moving around there. You can tell they're just like moving them around, like. Oh, the one on the right's going crazy! Moved a bit. Moved up. I can't believe you actually said that! Oh, now then, witness, could you please state your full name? I am... Don't worry, sweetie. There's no need to be nervous. If anyone says anything rude, I'll be sure I'll cut them right down the sides. I will bash them with my gavel. I love how they look straight at me when they say that. Thank you for calming my nerves. You're all so nice. I almost feel right at home. Not at all. Oh, it was nothing. We may move on now. What's your full name and occupation? I want to see Phoenix take a tax evasion case or a divorce case. Yeah, I would like to see, like, a non-murder trial in an Ace Attorney game, but also have equally as goofy twists and clues and whatnot. I want to see, like, I don't know, money laundering, or, like, theft, grand theft. What's another good one? Maybe, like, what are crimes that are interesting, but we can make a speeding case? Okay, maybe that one, I don't know how you could, identity theft, that could be interesting. Tax fraud, I guess. Embezzlement, an embezzlement case, who stole, who it was, which, impersonification, that's identity theft. Which government official, like, was misusing money, wire fraud? An internet case? That could be interesting. Like a case where the victim is a witness. Oh yeah, that could be interesting. Yeah, but, like, that could be done for, like, an assault charge. A case of running a red light escalator. No, I mean, like, something that doesn't involve murder at all. No one dies. It's an assault case, and you have to, like... And, like, the big twist, I don't know, was, like... It was a guy who was fully disguised as another guy who did it. I don't know why he would do that, but, you know. Or maybe, like... Or just a lawsuit. Like, a personal lawsuit. Like, a civil lawsuit. Like, maybe a restaurant, one of the... Like, they're getting sued because they serve bad food. And they have to figure out, who poisoned the food or whatever. Who sabotaged the restaurant. Is the whole game playing as Mia? I don't know. I mean, I guess we could solve that if I just look at the cover. Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations. Okay, I'm looking at the box art for the DS Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulation game. Mia is on the case, but so is, like, Lawyer Phoenix and Maya? So maybe, like, this game you play half of it in the past and, like, the other half in the present? There's a fourth guy who I don't know. He's there. I don't think you play the entire game as Mia. Unfortunately, I would like a game where you play as Mia. I wanna do, like, I wanna have the investigations where, like, she, like, channels ghosts. That would be fun. I want a game where you play as Mia, and your assistant is Phoenix. Because he's studying to be a lawyer. It could be like a prequel game. Or maybe his other assistant is a ghost. Just play the game and enjoy. Okay. I was just curious. I'm like, wait, is Mia on the box art? Because I think I remember her being on the box art. Anyway, my name is Dahlia Hawthorne. I'm a junior in literature here at Ivy University. Hey, just want to say, it's an honor for me to be here in your noble presence. Smile! The honor's all mine! No, the honor's all mine. Only know whose milkshake brings... Can you find out what year this game was made? I mean, you can't say that. Sir? Is there something I can help you with? We could call it the Great Ace Attorney. There is a game that takes place in the past called that, but it's too far in the past. It's like... I don't know, at least a century. You just go on and say whatever's on your mind. I'm sure that there must be some kind of mistake. Feeny wouldn't kill anyone, I just know it. Yes, yes. I can see why you'd say that. She's going to be ill. Well, I mean, if we can get her, just convince the judge. Because he's like... She's like... Feeny? I just processed that. Anyway, she's like, no, my boyfriend didn't kill anyone, smile! And they're like, oh, okay, obviously, not guilty. And our case closed. It took her 12 seconds to wrap them all around her little finger. Now then, please proceed with your testimony. Let's hear about what you witnessed on the day of the incident, if you please. What I witnessed. I'd been planning to go back to Phoenix's place after class was over. Me and Dougie, they were talking behind the building. Then, suddenly, Dougie got all wobbly and just collapsed. So he didn't push him? That's when Feeny noticed I was there. I went to go and find some other students and they called the authorities. I don't know what to say. According to you, Miss Hawthorne, everybody didn't do anything wrong. Actually, Doug just dropped dead. Nothing. He literally just... He literally just did a... He just fell over. Just stood there and went... Boop. He just killed over. Doug pushed himself, obviously. Phoenix has done nothing wrong in his life ever. Young lady. As old as I am, even I recall how hot the flame of young passion can burn. Nevertheless, it is my job to discover the truth. Please, tell us the truth. But I would never. That's more than enough, witness. I won't allow this to continue. What do you mean by that? Please, just let me proceed with my cross-examination, Your Honor. I, for one, don't plan to win my case on a bunch of paper-thin lies. Hee. You haven't changed a bit. Something is happening. Mia Fey. What's this? Speak to our acquainted? Is this a conflict of interest? Can we have you as a witness, actually? Yes, we've met before. Once. Where is it? The girls are fighting! In any case, Miss Fey, the floor is all yours. It's good to see you again, Madam Fey. Madam? No one's grandma yet, girlie. How old is Mia right now? I don't remember. Class is over. Behind a building. What they say. So who's this Dougie person? Oh, I'm sorry. Doug Swallow. We were dating until about 8 months ago. So what Dougie... Mr. Swallow and Mr. Wright were talking about anyway. How can you be so mean? I would never eavesdrop. I wasn't raised to be so rude and unrefined. That's right, Miss Fey. Don't drag the witness down to your level. Why am I being demonized here? Please, go on. What did you see next? Well, man just collapsed. Are you saying that the victim just collapsed on his own? Yes. In other words, the defendant never touched the victim. Is that right? I was watching the whole time. Feeny never did a thing to Dougie. Do I have evidence that... No. Leave it alone for now. And what did Mr. Wright say when he saw you? I'm sorry, I was flustered that I really don't remember. Please forgive me. You don't remember? Well, that's common enough. Sometimes I can't recall the sentence I passed only a minute prior. Honestly, I do the same thing. I can't even be mad that I do that too. Please, someone, anyone, stop him before he gets hurt. By me. Me of violent moments. When you say students, do you mean the students from the pharmacology department? Yes, they're all very fond of their drugs. Don't tell them I said that. I will not elaborate on which ones. Please try to stay on topic. Went to the labs, correct? That's what I was planning to do, but in the end I wound up not going. About 10 research students came running out the building entrance. They all seemed to know what was going on. How did they know? How could the students have known what was going on? Well, I don't know for sure. I don't know for sure that they knew what happened. They all seemed kind of excited about something. Yes. I was so panicked. Well, anyone would have been, my dear. How's Sammy today? I'm doing good. Well, he got electrocuted.
Objection!
No? Let's press this again. Okay, do I have to do it through this? Show contradiction? Feeble lies are not very becoming, Miss Hawthorne. Should we drop them, shall we? What? I would never! What allowed you to badger this witness? I believe the defense is engaged in a fishing expedition. What? That is, she has no sporting... Please don't glare at me like that, I'm just doing my job! Now then, Miss Hawthorne. The defendant's palm prints was found on... Oh. That's why I didn't say, I'm like, oh, well, I don't have the evidence in my, like, court record that says that he has that, so I guess I can't do that, but no. Defendant's palm prints was found on Mr. Swallow's leather jacket. It's already been shown that Mr. Wright did, in fact, push the victim. What? There's no need to try to cover for the defendant. It'd be much better if you came out and told us the whole truth. There's nothing to worry about, young lady. Just tell us everything you saw. Yes, Your Honor. I will. If you don't mind, I'd like to revise my testimony. I didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie. I didn't look at where they were fighting, so I didn't hear anything unusual either. You didn't see it? Well, I saw the moment when Dougie fell to the ground. And at the time, there were only two of them at the scene. The defendant, Phoenix Wright, and the victim, Doug Swallow. Yes, that's right. Didn't hear anything unusual either. Wrong. You say you didn't hear anything unusual, is that correct? Yes, that's why I was very relaxed, looking at the scenery around me, like these butterflies that always follow me. I don't know why they do this. Oh, that one just moved to the left. How fun. That's nice, but I find that just a little odd. I hear the testimony of your boyfriend, Mr. Phoenix Wright, and he clearly testified to the effect that when he pushed the victim, he heard a sharp, loud noise. He said that? They were really that close, the two of them. Why didn't you hear this noise as well? Well, maybe the noise just wasn't all that memorable. But according to Mr. Wright's testimony, it was sharp noise like a snake. There's no way the noise like that could have failed to make an impression. Might I have a moment to answer? By all means. I know the reason why I didn't hear the noise. You see, the truth is, I had my headphones on. My god, she had her eye... She has her AirPods in! She can't hear us! I was listening to music at the time. Headphones? You mean both of your ears were covered? I was just beginning to let up. It seemed as though Thor wasn't ready for his fun to come to an end yet. So as the sky continued to flash and rumble. Thunder and lightning, huh? Yes, I'm afraid the sound of thunder. So I put my headphones out to block it. Well, Your Honor, as you can see, there weren't any contradictions in her testimony after all. Wait a second, you had that testimony just now. It's something that can... There was lightning. Your Honor, there is one problem with the witness's testimony. What do you mean? Didn't you notice? She said there was lightning, correct? Oh, Doug Swallow was smited by God this whole time! Well, lightning is actually a large discharge of electricity! Lightning goes zap! Well, there's no time for a science lesson, Miss Faye. Yes, Your Honor. Anyway, since the cause of death was electrocution, is it possible that the victim died from being hit by a bolt of lightning? Oh, smited by God! Must admit that thought has not occurred to me. Just what thoughts do occur to this guy anyway? Zooms into the judge mind, and it's like, one half Family Guy funny moments, the other half, the bottom half is Subway Surfers. This entire case is built on the premise that Mr. Doug Swallow was murdered. The very premise itself is mistaken. The defense believes that Mr. Swallow was, in fact, the victim of a stray bolt. Your defense may be onto something. Could it be that the death was actually accidental? Alright, you did it, Mia. Taking that up. I'm hurt that you have such a low opinion of me, Miss Faye. I mean, who doesn't? Huh? Not a fool, you know. The prosecution has done its research, Your Honor. We found that there was no lightning strikes on the day of that location. How do you know? What? What's more, is that the electricity cable is definitely linked to the case. I mean, I found that. You didn't. Evidence, Mr. Payne? Well, what is this evidence? This affidavit. And who's this affidavit from? The pharmacology students who were conducting experiments on their labs that day. Let me to read out the court testimony of the pharmacology students. Oh, then why were we shocked? All equipment labs lost power all of a sudden at 3 p.m. around that day. Is it a blackout? All lab equipment runs on high voltage, Your Honor. You're saying the equipment lost power because... Precisely! Lost power because of the severed electrical cable. Power outage occurred at approximately 3 p.m. Which fits the time of death listed at the on the autopsy report. Exactly. In other words, the victim died as a result of touching severed electrical cables. According to the students, the cables are very old. They were planning on having them replaced in the near future. I see. Apparently the cables had become so brittle, even the smallest bump would have caused them to break. Old power cable broke due to some sort of impact on 255. However, there is one thing that troubles me. The cable could have been broken by any small bump. It wouldn't have snapped. Wouldn't have snapped if it hadn't. It wouldn't have snapped if it hadn't been bumped into, correct? Well, I suppose you could say that. Miss Faye, do you have any thoughts regarding this case of the severed cables, Your Honor? Like this, how this is looking like. Let me save. I don't like how this is looking one bit. I have to come up with something to try and regain some momentum. Please of the court, the defense would like to state its opinion. Well then, let's hear it. Or what caused the cable to break? Who or what? I'm gonna say it's either the no, because he landed on the umbrella. But it moved. Or her, because... I guess we accuse Dahlia because she's literally the only other person. This is why the cable snapped. Oh, Your Honor? Umbrella then? What caused the cable to break? He did? Some sort of impact. I'm thinking of what... Doug? Huh? He was holding that. There's nothing in here that has evidence. Was it when he fell? Oh, okay, it was when he fell. Think back to Mr. Wright's testimony. Defendant's testimony? He said that after he pushed the victim, he heard a loud, sharp noise. Now, this happened around 3 p.m., correct? Yes, that sounds right. Wait, are you saying that the lab equipment lost power at 2:55, which fits right in Mr. Wright's timeline? In other words, it was Wright's shove that caused the power outage. Yes, prosecution also came to that same conclusion. It was the very shove that caused Mr. Swallow to be electrocuted. Not executed. I mean, he was also executed. I'm afraid I can't agree with you there, Mr. Payne. What's that supposed to mean? Take a good look at where the victim landed after being shoved. See the umbrella? It's by the electrical pole. That's right. The victim banged into the electrical pole as a result of being pushed. That was the impact caused. That was the impact that caused the cable to break. Well, that makes sense. And then the victim was electrocuted. I'm sorry, Your Honor, but no, it doesn't make sense at all. The victim was shoved into the far pole, and he couldn't have been electrocuted by the severed cable in the foreground here. In other words, someone other than my client must have electrocuted the victim. Order! Order in the court! The lamentations of my enemy. I've longed to hear them. It's true, the defense is absolutely correct. There doesn't seem to be any way the defendant could have done it. Mr. Judge, sir? May I say something? The Madam Attorney's explanation said some things that are a little different than I remember them. What the? just once more. Will you please testify one last time? Please, Mr. Judge? Of course it's alright. Just go right ahead and give your new testimony. This is it, Luigi. He's finally starting to show her true colors. Crying. I keep getting distracted by the butterflies moving around it. They're hypnotizing. The truth is, Feeny pushed him twice. This time it was in the electrical pole. It's when the cable broke. And Dougie tried his best to run away from him, but Feeny caught up and crashed into him from behind. Cable snapping, Dougie being electrocuted. It's all less than 1 minute. But wouldn't that electrocute Phoenix as well? So after being shoved, the victim got up and tried to run away. That's when the defendant pushed him for a second time. I'm so sorry, Feeny, but I have to tell the truth. I'm doing the right thing, am I, Mr. Judge? Of course you are, my dear. As painful as it may seem, you are. Now then, Miss Fay, you may proceed with your cross-examination. So it broke. But the cause of death in the... were 5 minutes. Pushed him twice. The first time was in the electrical, that's when the cable broke. Right from... in less than a minute. No, it didn't, because the cause of death and the time the power went out is different.
Objection!
No? Didn't happen in less than a minute. Or do I have to press it? Maybe... hold on. Let me just press everything first. Hawthorne, previously in your testimony you said the following. I didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie. I know, I'm sorry, I wanted to protect Feeny. So that's how you basically lied to the court. I was a bad girl, I know. Mr. Judge... yes? Would you please forgive little old me? Please? Of course he won't. What she calls perjury? Oh, come on now. It was just a little... At least Mia knows what perjury is. She's a little... I lied. We'll forget it. We'll forget it this time, but please be more careful from now on, alright? Oh, thank you so much, Mr. Judge. Not at all. Better be more careful himself. A dark alley is friendlier than this fat girl. I got a achievement called Beware, Your Honor. First time was into the electrical pole. That's when the cable broke. You're saying you actually saw the victim get pushed into the electrical pole. I know he doesn't look like it, but Feeny can be a bit of an imp when he wants to be. Oh, really? I never imagined that he would cause an electrical cable to break. Feeny really is scary when he gets mad. Yes, he sounds like a very dangerous individual indeed. Let me get this straight. You're happily listening to music on your headphones while you watch this scene unfold. What? Miss Fay, I'll have to ask you to stop badgering the witness. I wasn't happy. I was so scared that I couldn't move. All I could do was stand there and cheer them on. Cheer them on? What do you mean by that? Well, I wished the best for them both and that they would each give the fight of their all. That's very sweet of you to be so supportive of violence. What happened after that? Doesn't sound quite right. There were handprints found on the chest of the victim's leather jacket. Mr. Payne also found that there were prints... Mr. Payne, were there also prints of the back of the leather jacket? No, there weren't. Madam Faye, may I suggest that you listen a bit more carefully? I said that he crashed into him from behind, right? He wouldn't leave any prints behind that in that case, would he? Alright. Give him less than 1 minute. Did you actually witness the moment the victim was electrocuted? I'm sorry, I didn't actually see it. I turned my eyes away. That's understandable. Yes, indeed, it would have been a horrific sight for anyone to behold. Okay, so it has to be the time. Because she said it was... No, I didn't mean to... Less than a minute. Okay, it was the other time-related thing. That's enough, witness. Wait, I don't understand. You will in a minute. Could you please take a look at this picture? Oh, that medicine. That's the one Feeny likes to take his cold. Take for his cold. It's not the medicine I want you to look at. It's the victim's wristwatch. It's not the precise time the victim was electrocuted. In other words, 3:05 p.m. Oh. I didn't even, process that. Yes, and your point is, Miss Faye? I guess I could have used that as evidence too, but I'm like, oh, wristwatch stopped. Probably this time of death was this 3:05. That's even later. What time was it when the lab suffered the power outage due to the cable snapping? Well, according to the student's testimony, the answer is clear. It was 2:55 p.m. I think how the butterflies move is there's only 2 frames of animation, which is their wings flapping up and down, but they're constantly being moved around. Like, their sprites are being moved around erratically in, a pattern. Would you care to explain the court, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne? What exactly happened during this 10-minute interval? Prince proposes that it was during this interval that the real murderer killed Mr. Doug Swallow. Order in the court! This is nonsense, the real murderer. And you can't deny that the time between the cable breaking and the electrocution are completely unaccounted for. 10-minute murder speedrun. Then who was it? Who else are you saying could have done it? There's only one person who could have murdered Mr. Swallow. Only after my client had left the scene was there a window of opportunity for the real killer. Miss Faye, Vince ready to indict? Indict? Is it indict or indict? It's the real killer? I mean, there's probably some RNG involved with their animations. It's finally time. It's the moment I've been waiting for. Yes, Your Honor. We are ready. Very well. Remember, if you use the wrong person, you will be penalized. Think very carefully before you speak, Miss Faye. I mean, we have literally 3 people were there, and if Doug is dead and Phoenix didn't do it, then... It can only have been you, Dahlia Hawthorne. What? How could you... The defense is grasping at straws! 10 minutes passed between the time the cable broke and the time of the electrocution. What exactly were you doing that whole time, Miss Hawthorne? Were you really listening to some music while cheering them both on as they fought? I find that hard to believe that you didn't lift a finger to stop the men dearest to you. In quotes. Order! Order! Miss Faye! I mean, why? That is to say, Miss Hawthorne, I believe you did witness the 2 men fighting on that day. However, Mr. Wright pushed the victim and subsequently left the scene. It was you who pushed Mr. Swallow to his death, by your very own hands. Ah! How can you say something so mean, Madam Faye? I didn't do anything. Miss Faye, Huh? Your Honor, please, I have something I want to say. Night, Millar. Have a good one. Thanks for stopping by. You, what is it? Please strike everything the defense said just now from the court record. What the? Are you daft? You're totally wrong, Miss Faye. Golly, she couldn't do something like that. Mr. Wright, get back in your seat. Hey, grab that man. Ah, leave my dolly alone. That boy. He's got himself way in over his head. Hold on, let me get a drink of water. I've been doing this for too long without my water. I need to stay hydrated. I'm okay. Anyway. Oh, Mr. Grossberg, you're back. Seems I've arrived just in the nick of time. I found the police report on the incident of your newspaper clipping. Thank you so much. It's exactly what I was hoping for. What's it say? District Courthouse Cafeteria. August 27th, 4 p.m. Diego Armando, 28. Dahlia Hawthorne, age 19. Armando ingested poison while interviewing the suspect regarding another case. Traces of poison were found in the victim's coffee cup. No poison was found in the vicinity or on the suspect's person. It's unclear how the poison entered the victim's coffee cup. Poisoning, huh? Dolly's a suspect for poisoning. You better take a good look at it. It details how you came to lose your boyfriend. This boyfriend that we had never mentioned before. I guess because he was dead. Now, the defense has made a very serious accusation. Mr. Payne, what do you have to say to this? Oh, well, really, Your Honor. That is I. May I interrupt you for just a moment, Mr. Prosecutor? Ah, don't you worry, my dear. I have this situation well in hand. Alright, go right ahead. Madam Faye, are you seriously accusing me of killing my sweet Dougie? Well, he's your ex-boyfriend. I don't know why you're calling him... Hold on. I need to recalibrate some things. There we go. Yes, I am, in fact. Not only am I saying you murdered Doug Swallow, but you also tried to pin the whole thing on your current lover, Phoenix Wright. If Phoenix never had a girlfriend, why wouldn't he ask out his boss? I mean, because that's his boss, that's kind of unprofessional. I told you that you should have let me handle this. I'm sorry, please go ahead. How can you say that? I'm absolutely devoted to my dear Feeny. The notion that I would try to frame him is ludicrous. This is all just too much for little old me to bear. I believe this girl's trying to ask what on earth her motive would be. Earth proper noun capitalized. Do you capitalize Earth? I mean, I guess it's technically it's a place. The place. The answer that lies somewhere in this police report. I must. 8 months ago, an incident occurred in the basement of the cafeteria of this building. And then, that same day, the two of them accidentally meet. Your Honor, defense requests further testimony from Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Further testimony? About what? About the events of the day when she first met the defendant, Phoenix Wright. What could that possibly have to do with this case? The witness claims she has no reason to frame the defendant, am I correct? Well, I have evidence that suggests that she, in fact, had a very good reason. Very well then. The court grants the defense request. Young lady, would you mind staying on for just a bit longer? Of course not, Mr. Judge. Get ready for the battle of your life, Dahlia Hawthorne. I'm about to use my shadow technique. What if Mia just, like, did the thing that she does with Phoenix, where she sends her mind to the shadow realm and projects herself there? Dahlia, I'm talking directly into your mind right now. Psychic battle. How I met my Feeny. I first met my darling Feeny 8 months ago. It's like we were destined to meet in this very courthouse's basement reading room. Why didn't Phoenix ever ask any? There might be a good reason. Yeah. There's also, yeah, maybe he just isn't into Mia that way. The moment our eyes met, my heart skipped a beat. We've been going out ever since that fateful day. We're so lovey-wovey, we literally make people sick. It's just jealousy, I think. Phoenix, Mr. Wright, don't do that again, or you'll be held in contempt of court. And now we enter the final act of our little drama. As we used to say in the days of my youth, go get her! We still say that. We say in the days of my youth, get her ass. Let me see again. This is pretty tough for a tutorial case, but I guess this is the third game. They're like, if you're playing the third game in the series, you have to at least somewhat understand how to play this. I guess we can... Phoenix attracts the worst people. He only is attracted to people who lie and sort of hate him. He's only attracted to manipulators. I mean, at least Miles has never, tried to... Oh wait, he did kind of try to frame him for murder that one case. To be fair, that was just him doing his job. Yes, I'm a real fool, I know. Letting my emotions change so quickly. I'm ashamed of myself. Oh no, not at all. Look at me, I'm infamous for changing my mind. Is this true? My critics have even taken to calling me Judge Fickle. You're looking for a different line of work. Despite that, however, he always hands down the correct verdict. What about the time that, Red White blackmailed a bunch of people, including the judge? What about then? What about that? What about the Yanni Yogi trial? What about that? What about the L6? What about all the times... Remember those times that, what about, what's the word I'm looking for? What about, Manfred von Karma? And all his related escapades. What about that? Well, then again, we don't know if this judge was in charge of those cases. I don't know how many judges there are. That's why some people call him a great judgini. I don't think people are calling him that. Courthouse reading room? That's a strange place to meet a lovely girl. What were you doing there? That's not true, Madam Faye. After all, Feeney was not only an art student, he was also planning to become a lawyer. I'm not talking about him, I'm talking about you, Miss Hawthorne. What was a literature student like you doing the courthouse reading room? Reading? This line of questioning is a waste of time. It has nothing to do with our murder case. Miss Faye, I'm warning you. This has nothing to do with Miss Swallow's case. Your Honor, if you allow me some latitude, I don't think that's how that works. I think I can establish relevance. Please ask her to continue on with her testimony. Very well. Young lady, I've got a simple question for you. What are you doing downstairs in the courthouse reading room? The Great Ace Attorney Case 1 is bullshit. Uh-oh, I think I was planning on playing that one after this. This is Your Honor. The answer is simply this. It comes out of the research paper I was writing. Nuh-uh.
Objection!
Miss Hawthorne, you weren't here because of your research paper, were you? You actually didn't come here for much of an important reason. Oh, how nice. Don't. What? I've heard the Great Ace Attorneys are great. That series is great. Also, it's the only one the other one in the series that I own. I have this trilogy and the Great Ace Attorney games. It's not easy. Okay, well, I've played 3 of the games. I can handle it. I know what I'm doing. I can handle a little bit of difficulty, don't worry. Also, I don't want to buy more games right now. I still have this one that I bought that I need to finish. What is the meaning of that cocky smile on your face, Miss Faye? 8 months ago, right here in this very courthouse, there was another tragedy. Another tragedy? Do you mean the incident in which an attorney was poisoned? The name of the suspect in that incident is listed here in the report, and that name is Dahlia Hawthorne. What? Dahlia Hawthorne? Yes, that sweetie pie of everyone's eye, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. She was the prime suspect in a criminal case just 8 months ago. I haven't played the demo, I don't have the game. Well, I do. I didn't realize there was a demo. I bought the game because everyone's saying how great it was and it was an Ace Attorney game. And I was like, wow, this looks fun. Order, order, order! This is unbelievable! Is it true then? The loveliest rose can I the Miss Faye, that's not fair! You can't slander my witness with unrelated case. I, Winston Payne, will not allow it. Mr. Prosecutor, I believe I was speaking. Pardon me. Go right ahead. Is it true about that 8 months ago? The police expressed some interest in me. Expressed some interest, huh? Mr. Judge, sir, I know I'm under oath, so I'll tell you the absolute truth. I did not commit the crime that occurred during that incident 8 months ago. I see. Okay, I've tied the 2 crimes together. Just gotta stay on the offensive. Well done, Mia. Oh, I can hardly tell which is more... Stop talking! You're not being helpful. When I become a lawyer with a rookie that I have to train, I'll actually have helpful information. And I'll project information directly into their mind. I'm saying this because I apparently spoiled the ending for the whole game from a joke. Huh? Well, don't talk about it, because I don't remember, and if you try to make me remember, I'll get mad. I met the lawyer who was poisoned to discuss something in the cafeteria that day. I left my seat for just a moment, and that's when it happened. What I heard, it was a liquid poison that is lethal in just 2 teaspoons. Not only that, I heard it was a very special kind of poison. You see, I'm innocent. I wouldn't even know where to get poison like that. Well, how'd you know about it? So that's what happened here 8 months ago. However, you've heard from the witness testimony she had nothing to do with it. Do I have any evidence that she... Yeah, it doesn't say anything about how she was... However, you've heard from the witness's testimony she had nothing to do with it. I think the defense is just about out of tricks. I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Payne, but I'm afraid the defense has many more tricks up its sleeve today. Now, I'll be sure to show them to you before the end of this cross-examination. What the... Why does the defense suddenly feel stronger? Her power level is rising. Mia, you're glowing with a true lawyer's aura, my dear. Soon you'll be able to unleash your special attack. That proud posture, that self-confidence, absolutely smashing. Poisoning. I met the lawyer who was poisoned to discuss something in the cafeteria that day. What was it? What were you talking about with the defense attorney? Oh, I'm sorry, but that's confidential. According to report, you were being interviewed regarding another case. Gloria was killed. He said that he wanted to talk about an incident that I caught up in when I was younger. Why don't you tell us all about that incident? Do you know the answer to— No? Huh? Answer to what? It involved a lot of incidents, don't you, Miss Hawthorne? Well, I guess I was just born under a bad sign. Don't worry, Dolly, I'll protect you. You heard the man. Now that is true love, young lady. Oh, Phoebe, please. You really are making me ill, albeit for decidedly different reasons. What happened? How long were you gone? I've already answered all these questions for the police. Well, I'm not the police. Answer me the questions again. But if you must know, maybe 10 to 20 minutes? And where were you doing that stretch of time? Using the toilet? What are you saying, Miss Faye? Toilet? My baby does... Phoenix. How much liquid is 2 teaspoons? Let me see. My bottle of eye drops is 1 to 2 fluid ounces, which is equal to 3 teaspoons. Must have been after I left the table. Someone must have quietly slipped it in there. What's so special about it? Special kind of poison? How so? Well, I heard that it's almost impossible to detect. And how do we detect it? Oh, and where would something like that come from? I'm sorry. All I know is that what I heard from the policeman saying. That used something about using advanced chemical process to purify it. Chemical process? Well, that's quite impressive. I don't know. Most impressive. I would never know where to get it. Wait, well, let me press this first. And that's the alchemist! Well, the reason they didn't arrest you, because no one could show how you've gotten the poison. I think that's a good enough reason, Madam Faye. He's right. And that's where we've had all our questions. Oh man.
Objection!
The alchemist. He used his wizard power. You wouldn't know how to get that kind of poison? I don't believe you. What? In fact, you had an easy access to that kind of poison, didn't you? At your boyfriend's lab. Boyfriend? You mean the victim, Doug Swallow? That's right. Until 8 months ago, Miss Hawthorne was dating Mr. Swallow. If you recall, Mr. Swallow was a pharmacology student at Ivy University. Pharmacology? His laboratory contained highly advanced chemistry equipment. In fact, without such equipment, the culprit could never have obtained such a rare special poison. Well, Miss Hawthorne, it seems you would have had access to such poison after all. And then it was a matter of slipping it into the victim's coffee when he wasn't looking. The only person who could have done that is the one sitting at this very table, you. No! I'm thinking of what characters would be what class in D&D. I'm trying to think too. Anyway, now I'm trying to think what a magical themed Ace Attorney game would be like. Solve wizard crimes. Could it be? That's nothing but baseless accusation. May I say something, Madam Faye? Yeah, okay. What is it, Miss Hawthorne? Out of poison, the coffee was 2 teaspoons, correct? Why carry that much liquid? You need some kind of container. Oh yes, that's true. I was searched immediately after the incident took place. Quite true. In fact, the entire courthouse was turned upside down. But they didn't find a suspicious container. Suspicious container, you say? Well, you could have easily gotten rid of something that small. Excuse me, madam, but this is a court of law. You're saying I threw the poison container away? Show kind of proof. Proof? In a lawyer? In a courtroom? Are you gonna play the crossover game? Which crossover game is that? If only we had a suspicious container. You were forced to get rid of the container in a hurry, weren't you? And that's why you passed it on to someone who had nothing to do with the case. Someone that you knew wouldn't be searched. Who is this person? Mr. Phoenix Wright, of course. The defendant was this witness's accomplice? Of course not. She gave the poison to him, disguised as a present. Oh, the Professor Layton game. I've never played that's actually not true. I have played, like, 2 puzzles in a Professor Layton game. Way back in the day when I had my DS. Or maybe it was my DSi, I don't remember. But my mom likes mysteries and puzzles, and I got a Professor Layton game for her so we could, like, oh, I like video games and my mom liked puzzles and mysteries. So, and murder mysteries especially. So, like, I'll get her this so we can play together and we can, like, bond over video game. And then we got stuck on, I think it was like a puzzle where you had to, like, cross a river with, it was like the second puzzle in the game. It was like the puzzle where you had to cross a river, you had 2 chickens, 2 wolves, and 2 bags of seeds, and you had to get them all across the river without them eating each other. And we both got stuck on that, and that's all I know about Professor Layton. I don't own any of the games. Also, that's on the 3D. I guess that's not too big of a problem if it's on the 3DS. I have ways of, like, getting that to work, but that might be a problem because I've never played a Professor Layton game, really. Yeah, that was the first one. So I don't know much about it and how well I would do in that. That's a charming little necklace. Is this a little bottle? It's really quite cute. So what about it? What does it mean, Miss Faye? The day the witness met and fell for Mr. Phoenix, right? Hold on. It was 8 months ago, August 27th, the very same day of the poisoning incident. Under the pretense of love, the witness gave my client a present. All for the purpose of hiding the one piece of evidence that would give her away. That's why she kept saying to give it back. Because he kept showing it to everyone. What? Are you saying this is a deadly poison in here? No, there's no longer any poison in that bottle. Probably. However, if the crime lab were to analyze it, they would find a trace amount. No! Ah! Oh, order! Order in the court! I am...
Objection!
Phoenix! He even played his objection line. On behalf of Dolly, I object. I mean, to be fair, since it only takes such a small amount to kill someone, I think ingesting even, like, traces of it would... Even, like, a small residue would probably make you very sick. So, like, that's probably why she's like, Phoenix, stop showing people that. People are gonna get suspicious. I won't let you bully her like this. Mr. Wright, I thought I told you to stay in your seat. Mr. Wright, why? Why are you going through so much trouble to protect her? Why? Because I'm madly in love with her. Madly in love? I haven't heard anyone say that in a long time. Mr. Wright, have you ever thought about this? Why exactly would a woman like Dahlia Hawthorne want to date you anyway? Dang, Mia! Well, I guess she must be madly in love with me, too. Mr. Wright, please, open your eyes. At this point in the trial, I think it should be obvious to everyone. The real reason that Dahlia Hawthorne is dating you is... because of the necklace. Dahlia Hawthorne was not and is not madly in love with you. The only thing she's after is that bottle necklace you have, you love to wear around your neck. That you definitely are wearing right now. My necklace? Back in there in the waiting room, you said it yourself. Yeah, but she's so shy. Every time I see her, she's always says the same thing to me. Please give it back now. What a strange girl asking for a present back like that. For Dahlia Hawthorne, that necklace is irrefutable evidence of her crime. That's why she absolutely had to get it back. You're lying! You never gave it back to her. And to make things worse for her, you insisted on showing it to everyone you met. That's why she... I don't believe you. No, that's a lie! Eek! Mia, are you alright? The defendant, he's getting away! Bailiff, hurry, after him! What happened? Mia, are you alright? Yeah, I think so. That boy, going completely insane! Where's Mr. Wright? Gone. Looks like the bailiff got him. He will be back soon enough. Thank goodness. Oh no! What is it? The bottle necklace. Miss Hawthorne's present. It's gone! Oh, he, like, lunged at her. What? That's terrible! You guys remember that one viral clip of that guy in court lunging at the judge? That was Phoenix right now. This Wright must have grabbed it when he slammed into me. Foolish boy, that's the only thing that could have saved him. What the blazes am I supposed to do now? Mr. Wright, this is sort of behavior is unprecedented in the history of this court. I'm sorry. Afraid your apology is not enough, Mr. Wright. What did you do with the bottle of necklace? The bottle of necklace? The bottle necklace? You jumped over. Yeah, I was like that, but the defense stand. Forgive me, I'm sorry. Phoenix, where is it? It's okay, just give it back the necklace. I ate it. That thing was made of glass and metal. And had poison in it. He ate those foods. He ate it. Phoenix, what do you mean you... The bottle made of... It's not even in my court record anymore. Do we need to take him to the hospital? That had poison in it. Very potent poison. What do you mean you ate it? You what? You ate it. It was too big to swallow, so I had to chew it into little bits first. That was glass. Do you watch Viva La... I don't know what is that? What is Viva La Dirt League? That has glass in it! That not even has glass in it, that is glass! That is made of metal! Glass and metal! And poison! What do you mean you ate glass? He ate those foods! What? What is he doing? Throwing up, probably! Because he ate glass! Your Honor, you've gotta stop the you gotta get this, call an ambulance! Mr. Wright, are you feeling? Does your stomach hurt? That bottle that you saw may have some poison in it, and also glass! Seems the defendant has proven the prosecution's case for us. Clearly, that bottle did not contain deadly poison. Well, I mean, just because he hasn't dropped dead yet, doesn't mean he will. I mean, he won't soon. Like, and also he ate glass. I mean, the fact that he hasn't dropped dead from eating glass is surprising. How can you be so sure? I think it's obvious. As you can see, the defendant is still much alive, for now. As far as the poison, I like the pledging the defense attorney's overactive imagination. So it would seem. No, there must be some sort of mistake. Well, the bottle must have had not have any poison left in it. That or the poison must have lost its potency. Yeah, it is like 8 months old. There, it's alright, rookie. Trusting your client is the most noble thing a defense attorney can do. It's heartwarming to see that you place so much faith into Mr. Wright. But that's how it is for us on the prosecution side, too. For example, I would trust the witness Miss Hawthorne with my very life. Which is why I can state that your assessment of her is completely wrong. That's enough. Unfortunately, Miss Faye, I can't accept your explanation of the events. Why? Oh, I need to take another sip. This must be impossible for a beginner like you to understand. In a court of law, evidence is everything. Okay. Oh, it's not my fault the evidence got ate. The evidence is gone! Your Honor, my defendant ate my evidence. What do I do? After I prove so much, is she gonna get away with everything? Well, now that suspicion surrounding Miss Hawthorne has been cleared up, I'd like to proceed with the dry- Mr. Wright? Mia, I have some news for you. Turns out the poison was still in this. Just falls over. I'm sorry, Miss Faye, it totally slipped my mind. Bob, glad to see you're still alive. Hey, Allguns, you just missed Phoenix eat glass. And metal. He took a little glass bottle and a locket and just ate that. He ate the whole thing. I'm really, really sorry. I know you believed in me, and I feel like I really let you down. Yummy. Mr. Wright, what are you trying to say? There's something I forgot to tell you. What is it? The day I met Doug Swallow. He's fine. Are we sure? Hey, none of your business. For your sake, if you continue to steer, it's gonna be bad news. Lying! Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Last night, someone stole poison from her lab. Poison? Same thing that happened 8 months ago. A drug sample was stolen. She came to the lab that time, too. Could only have been her. That girl's a thief. Stop it. Don't talk about her like that. Is it true? Did he really say that? I still haven't finished this game. I gotta get back on that lawyer grind. Dude, you missed something crazy happen. I won't spoil it, because I guess you want to play the game, so I won't tell you to spoil it, but something crazy just happened. And it wasn't Phoenix using his final smash on that guy. It wasn't Phoenix using his heavy punch attack. Oh, I played this part. Okay, well, Phoenix... 2 minutes ago, Phoenix ate glass. Covered in poison. Oh, you're midway through. You gotta get on that grind set, because I'm gonna be streaming this game. It's ridiculous! There's one more thing. After I pushed him away, I got worried and came back to have a look. And she was there. Lily was right there. She was crouched down next to him. What? He told me not to ever tell anyone about it, but... I'm sorry, Dolly. I also eat glass covered in poison and metal. The locket was also made of metal, it looks like. Or plastic, depending on how cheap it was. Either way. I mean, if he chewed on it, I guess it was made of plastic. Either way, not something you should eat. Defendant is... Miss Faye, tell them. Dolly didn't do it. She's innocent. Dahlia stole poison 8 months ago, too, huh? Put that together with Mr. Wright's testimony. There's only one possible conclusion. Believes that Dahlia Hawthorne stole some poison the night before she killed Doug Swallow. The night before? Naturally, her motive for stealing it was to kill someone. Miss Faye. Certain of your theory, then let me ask you this. Mia, this is your last chance. Think carefully now. I mean, it was obvious. Me. Phoenix. There's only one person that was standing squarely in the way, squarely in Miss Dahlia Hawthorne's way. That person was Mr. Phoenix Wright. Me? That's preposterous. After all, it was Doug Swallow that was murdered. Well, it's true that that's how things worked out, but let's remember that Mr. Swallow died of electrocution, not poison. The person that Miss Hawthorne was planning to poison was, in fact, you, Phoenix Wright. There's no one else that it could be. How can that be? I thought Mr. Wright and Miss Hawthorne were in love. Well, they weren't. Poor Mr. Wright. This must be killing him. Hang in there, I'll bring her to justice, I swear it. As I said before, the only thing that Miss Hawthorne truly cared about was one piece of evidence that was linking her to the incident 8 months ago. That's right, the bottle necklace. That's all she cared about. But even so, why would she go this far to murder him? 8 months ago, just after the fall of an attorney in the basement cafeteria. Dahlia Hawthorne could think of only one thing. How to get rid of the bottle necklace as quickly as possible. No, it can't be. It's a pretty good move she made, too. The evidence was missing for a long time. There's just one big problem. Although she got him to hide the evidence, Mr. Wright refused to return it to her. To him, the tiny little bottle was a cherished treasure. He even showed it to everyone he met. You mean, that's why she tried to kill Mr. Wright? Correct, Your Honor. Just to retrieve that piece of evidence. That can't be true! God, Phoenix cries a lot. Feeny, what a joke you are. I'm rude now. Honestly, how can any woman ever count on you for anything? I've been told you time and time again to keep your trap shut about me and that necklace. You disgust me. Miss Hawthorne! It appears that we're nearing the end of this trial. Fine, I'll tell you what I plan on. Fine, I can tell you plan on making me a criminal no matter what I say. You are a criminal, Miss Hawthorne. We'll see about that. But first, where's your evidence? He ate it! Your sniffling little crybaby of a client has eaten up that bottle as a snack. Well, Hey, old man, are you senile or something? Why don't you say something instead of sitting there with a dumb look on your face? Miss Hawthorne! What's happened to you? Are you really that shocked? Or do you prefer me this way, Mr. Judge? With absolutely no proof, you have to treat a voluntary witness. With absolutely no proof, you treat a voluntary witness like she's a mass murderer. And you only know of 2 bodies. That's hardly mass. Well, I have nothing more to say. I'll be heading home now, if you don't mind. But we're not finished. Fine. And ask this nasty old man, this nasty old hag to finish up already.
Hold it!
Get back here. You can't just leave. Stop, Mia. If you keep pushing without any evidence, you pay the ultimate price as a lawyer. The ultimate price? Be forced to take off your attorney's badge forever, I'm afraid. Oh. I'm back now. You better think it over carefully, Miss Faye. Or should I say, Miss Gray? Not my name. Well, Miss Faye, can you provide evidence that would establish your guilt once and for all? And this up here. There's lawyers over. Okay, let me save. To be honest, at this point I don't have any evidence that's well-founded. And so, I'll ever lose my attorney's badge and let her get away with murder. Your Honor, the defense would like to present some proof. Impossible! You can't possibly... Stupid woman. Subpoena of the court that there's already been enough discussion. Therefore, I will allow only one piece of evidence to be presented. Just one? You're unable to establish your guilt. I'm afraid the very harsh verdict will come immediately down to Mr. Wright. just imagine the headlines of tomorrow's newspapers. Outgoing lawyer plummets to earth after before she gets the chance to soar. She was planning to poison Mr. Wright. If that's the case, then the poison was probably in there. In there. The bottle he was holding?
Take that!
Miss Faye, probably think this is your best day. Oh, never mind. Hold on, let me see. Please wait, Your Honor. Okay, let me just, Does it have to be the actual bottle, or am I just completely off? Hurry up. The bottle, not the picture of the bottle, but the bottle itself. Okay, it was the bottle itself. Here it is, Your Honor, the evidence that will prove her guilt once and for all. Cold Killer X? Phoenix Wright's beloved gold medicine. Does our rookie defense attorney have a bit of a cold? If I did, I still wouldn't take this cold medicine. After all, it's been poisoned. What? Or what the defendant said in his testimony? I lost my bottle of it at lunchtime on the day of the accident. Was he with Dolly, just the two of us? She was the one who took his bottle of Cold Killer X. Then she poisoned it, knowing that Mr. Wright was going to take some. Now you're really grasping at straws. After all, it was the victim, Doug Swallow, that was holding the medicine. I would like the court to recall the crime that happened here 8 months ago. Where did Miss Hawthorne hide the evidence? Huh? What are you talking about? 8 months ago, the poison was hidden in her bottle necklace. She then gave this to someone else for safekeeping. Someone she had accidentally run into the reading room, my client, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Yes, that's right. She did the same thing this time as well. After shoving the victim, Mr. Phoenix Wright left the scene of the crime. That's when the murderer, Dahlia Hawthorne, appeared. With her, she was carrying the poisoned bottle of Cold Killer X. This, of course, was so she could carry out her plan to murder Mr. Wright. I believe she did testify that she was going to meet with the defendant. Yes, and she heard and saw everything that happened at the scene of the crime, including what the defendant and the victim were arguing about, and cut the electrical cable. That's when she realized, I can't allow Doug Swallow to live. She's discovered electrical cable to silence him forever. But why was he holding it? According to her, this is when the problem occurred. Mr. Wright, who she thought had left the scene, came back to check on the victim. On top of that, because of the power outage, some students showed up as well. It's hardly any wonder that she was, as she put, in a state of panic. Recall that she was carrying that bottle of poisoned cold medicine. Must have thought, what if they searched me like they did 8 months ago? 8 months ago? Yes, she disposed of the evidence exactly the same way as she did back then. She had someone else hold it. In this case, Doug Swallow. I thought it was Doug stole it. Like, he knew, and he's like, Phoenix, he stole it from Phoenix, and was gonna tell him, Phoenix, she stole poison, you can't take this, but I guess that also works. Oh, come on now. Everyone surely can't be fooled, are you? This stupid woman. She's nothing but a filthy, stinking liar. Right, Mr. Prosecutor? Huh? Yes, that's exactly right. This is just pure desperation. I wonder which one of us is the desperate one. So, Miss Hawthorne, this cold medicine, I wonder if you wouldn't mind taking some. Well, Mr. Wright? Well, Mr. Wright ate that necklace of yours, right? Now it's your turn to prove your innocence. What do you say? I'm just a filthy stinking liar, then there's no need to worry. So come on, show us. I dare you to take some of this medicine right now. No, I don't have a cold. Mia Fey! Mia Fey! Oh. Do you think you've won? Well, do you, Mia Fey? Uh-oh. That's just fine. For the time being. Victory's yours. Okay. For the time being. Well, I have a very long memory, you know. You and I will meet again. I'm certain of it. You're going to jail. She's gonna break out of prison. Oh my god. Well then, Mr. Judge. I'll see you later too, okay? Why, yes. I'm gonna go spend some quality time with the men in blue now. I wish you all the best. Bye. Oh my god, she evaporated! Someone, quick! Okay, so that was a threat. That was multiple threats, actually. It's finally all over. No, Mia, I don't think it is. I refuse to accept this. Defense hasn't shown a scrap of evidence to support this outrageous claim. Even so, your witness seems to have accepted it. I don't care. I'm Mr. Payne. I don't believe one word of this rookie lawyer has said. Well then, Mr. Payne, let me ask you this. Yes? Would you care to try this gold medicine? What? Just a little earlier, I could have sworn you said. It's alright, rookie. For example, I would trust the witness, Miss Hawthorne, with my very life. So if she's so trustworthy, then I'm sure you couldn't possibly be any poison. There couldn't possibly be any poison in there, right? Oh, well, I am. And here comes the backpedal. Come on now, rookie killer. Show the rookie how it's done. How much trust you really have for this woman. Are you willing to bet your life? My hair is flying off. My beautiful. Okay. So we went from threats about a murderer breaking out of prison to get me to haha, man is bald. Yes, Your Honor. I filed for papers for her immediate arrest. Tragic, but not surprising. I knew there was something suspicious about her from the very beginning. I admit you are wrong. By the way, Miss Fey. Yes, Your Honor? It's just me, or did Miss Dahlia... Did you and Miss Dahlia Hawthorne seem to know each other? Your Honor, whether we did or not has no bearing on that. Yeah, I think it does. I think... Didn't Grossberg mention her murdering your boyfriend? Very well. Mr. Payne. This can't be happening. It's a nightmare. It's like I'm losing my daughter. Do you have a daughter? Does he have a daughter? Appears Mr. Payne has lost his spirit along with his heir. Mia, you used an ancient psychic technique on him. Very cool. The first of many, I assume. Does the defendant have anything further to say? My dear darling. I have a cold and my girlfriend tried to murder me and then pin me for someone else's murder after murdering someone. Very well done. We are ready to pass judgment and bring this trial to an end. Court finds defendant Phoenix Wright not guilty. I hope to never see you in court again. This court is adjourned. Mia, you are wonderful out there. Thank you so much for everything, Mr. Grossberg. During the verdict, I thought... I'm going to kill you, Mr. Grossberg. Mr. Grossberg, stop talking. It's rather rude. Anyway, this case has really made me think. What does it really mean to have a relationship of mutual trust with a client? Perhaps it's we veteran lawyers who have lost sight of this. Oh, Mr. Wright. Congratulations! You're not going to jail. I don't know why you didn't go to jail for the whole perjury and contempt of court thing and eating evidence. That's probably some sort of crime. I'm also not sure how you're not in the hospital right now for eating glass. You know, I was thinking... Go on. The dolly that I saw up there on the witness stand... I don't think that was really her. Oh, he's in denial. What? Yeah, Dolly I know would never have said those kinds of terrible things. Maybe she's like, I don't know, a fake or something? Maybe doppelgangers are real, Mia. This poor kid still hasn't got a clue. You need to forget about her, Mr. Wright, for your own sake. Yeah, you're right. It's probably for the best. And then he never mentioned her again. Also, you relax a bit more. Try to grow up a little. But of all my friends, everyone says I'm the most grown up. What kind of company does this guy keep? Larry. Right now, I'm starting to become a lawyer myself. That's what you keep saying. But I thought you were in the art department. Oh yeah, I am. But there's a friend that I desperately want to help. And if I hurry, I should be able to save him in time. I see. Same as fate. A lawyer is someone who can help people when they're in trouble, right? Mr. Wright, I'm still new at this myself, but I think that's exactly what a lawyer is. I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna study my butt off. I'll become a lawyer for sure. I hope we see each other again someday. Maybe even in court. Phoenix, you have to promise me. I hope you've learned your lesson. That you'll never date anyone, or you'll never fall in love with anyone that will lie to you, or betray you, in any sort of sense. Definitely not abandon you for a year. Promise me you won't do this. It's been 5 years since I was acquitted of all charges. And I didn't listen to Mia's advice at all. I managed to save my friend, who then abandoned me. But then Mia passed on to a better place. Against her will. For me, this trial brings up a lot of painful memories. So I try not, which is why I haven't brought this up at all for the past 2 games. But it also brings up some very precious ones. And memories that I thought it would never rise to the surface again. Mia's gone now, but even so, I can still hear her in my mind. She keeps projecting into my mind. Phoenix, it's me. No matter what, always believe in your client. Mia, please stop projecting into my mind from heaven. No. In the court of law, your greatest weapon is your belief. Goodbye. 5 long years. Something has happened that made me think back to her words of wisdom. That's a story for another day. And Mia cursed Phoenix with her fate powers so that Phoenix would hate any and all women that he would encounter. Unfortunately, she forgot to take into account men. Maya, Pearl, they're back! And also, Cyclops from X-Men. He's on the cover. Alright. I guess... Yes, I would like to save my progress. Well, that is the beginning of Trials and Tribulations. I think that was my favorite first case. I like that it was like it went straight into here's some crazy lore, here's some crazy twists. And I really like that we got to play as Mia. Because I don't know how they would go about like explaining how Phoenix didn't know how court worked for a third time. All right. Good night, everyone. That's all for today. Um, I don't know what I'll stream next, but hopefully it'll be something fun. And you guys have a good one. Thanks for watching. This game has 5 cases, though. Oh, interesting. I think the first one has 5 cases as well, technically, but I didn't stream the 5th one because I didn't like it. Alright. Good night, everybody. Have a good one. Peace out, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. I am excited to finish this game. See what... Because that was a great first case. I am looking forward to the next one. Bye.